Okay, so today we are going to talk about one of our favorite subject is farm safety, and we want to keep this pretty just informal, and let's have a really good discussion. John put together some slides for us.
So we've done farm safety a few times in the past,
Okay.
and basically the conclusion we came to last time, our farms are death traps. But there's a lot of things we can do out there to keep ourselves safe. But before we start, because our boss is here.
No, we do this every time. Now, come on. Yeah.
I know. We have to go through all our required slides. Now, I remember when that was a really short statement. It gets longer. I'm guessing at the rate it's growing, we're going to be to 2 slides here in the next 2 years.
So pretty much our programs are open to all. Here comes the second one.
This actually plays in multiple languages, telling you that justice for all, and if you have a problem with us, you can file a complaint. So one more is the use of a website, product, brand, or anything else is not an endorsement. It's just something that we happen to have a picture of. It's something that we use. And the views and opinions of these presenters are not necessarily those of the university, but we do base our opinions and everything that we do upon the current facts and knowledge that is available.
Research. And that is a picture of my son's farm. One of my favorite pictures, John.
But the photographer is the best part of that.
True. So let's talk a little bit about farm safety. I think one of the biggest things is, what's your daily routine? You get up, what? Maybe you check your chickens on the computer or on your phone, and you make sure everything's all right, and then you get dressed, do our biosecurity, and we head down to the barn, right? Head down to chicken houses. How many we're so focused on the things that we have to do, we don't think about safety a lot of times. So has anybody ever taken just someone around their farm to look at safety issues? Maybe an electrician or anyone else? Anybody ever done that? No?
Nobody?
No?
It's actually quite a good thing to do, and you've heard us talk several times in the past about, and we're going to get to it in a minute, but electrical safety is something that, we all lost a good friend not too long ago. It's been a few years.
Yeah,
and that was an electrical safety thing that, was a fluke, but we've actually had farmers go back and check their farms, and we've had several people come back and tell us, I found the same issue on my farm. If we hadn't checked, we could have maybe had another problem. So again, know what your risks are. I mean, you're going to work around electricity every day, aren't you? So know the risks of electricity. Know what's going on. You're going to interact with the environment. What's the weather like? Like I was just saying earlier, my son's out west, and he has a small flock of chickens. A storm come in, dropped to 30 below, winds blowing. He ran out to try and get them all taken care of because now you got negative 45. He ended up with frostbite because he didn't have the right hat. So when you go outside in the morning, know your risks. I mean, how many of us have slipped on ice going down to and from our farm?
Yeah.
I mean, that sounds crazy, but little things like that, as you go out the door, you need to think about what's coming on ahead. Did you have a storm the night before? Is there possibly limbs down? Things like that are things that we face every day.
Yeah. And then just having a response plan if something, does happen. What are the things that, I need to know? Unfortunately, when bad things happen, adrenaline kicks in and you're like, what do I need to do? So just know, have you got, of course, we all know 911, but have you got your local sheriff's office, phone number in your phone, electrician is probably in your phone, all those things that we
your
need.
Service tech and friends too can be
Yes.
if you've got an emergency, we need to take care of that. And so be safe out there. Keep an eye out all the time for hazards. Like we said earlier, check around you, keep an eye out what's going on. Watch out for vehicles coming on your farm. How many of us have been working, didn't know that somebody was going to show up, and all of a sudden we're not paying attention? And because how many of us wear headphones? How many of us have employees that wear headphones?
Yeah, I don't wear headphones.
Really?
No.
I wouldn't. But anyway, I have seen people walking around on farms with headphones on.
You're right, they do. You're right.
They don't hear you coming. So again, it's very important to be safe on that.
Well, again, too, when taking chickens out. I mean, there's a lot going on.
Yeah.
And chickens, you've got a lot of moving vehicles and things on your farm. Very true.
And they're flying too. They are not going slow.
I love this next one. Read all manuals. How many people read all the manuals, right? Okay, Billy does. At least one person says that, that they do.
Do you still have all your manuals?
I do too.
Is that, you're turning to your parents. What's that commercial where the guy's throwing away the manuals for stuff he doesn't have?
Yeah.
How many of us still have manuals for things we don't have?
Yeah, right. And I know a lot of it we can get online now, right? But I still like the manuals. When I buy something, I write the date down when I bought it, who I bought it from. Just so you will know if it goes out of warranty or what. I use my manuals a lot. you can get online a lot. Anybody do more online stuff? Georgie, do you do more online stuff or not?
Well, at this point, my son's doing a lot of my maintenance on equipment and stuff, so he's got the manuals and they're online.
Okay.
I still have some of them that from my original tractor.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
And all else fails, go to
That's right. That, yeah. You're, yeah.
Nailed it.
Or read instructions.
Why would we do that? Come on, we're guys. You never read instructions.
Yeah. Yeah, YouTube. You can find any. It's amazing what you can find on
It is.
on YouTube.
You can find so much now. You used to remember, you know, it's like changing. Anyway, yeah, it's out there.
Different. Yeah.
All right. Keep working
Yeah.
machinery and surroundings properly protected. And that's something that, you know, I think about this now. As a kid, we used to jump on all the tractors and stuff, pull the levers, drop buckets and all that. If you don't have everything and the pressure off those things, and you got kids on your farm, they're going to find it, and bad things can happen.
Pretty fast too.
Yeah.
Safety shields are very important on all the things. Windrowers. I mean, all the things. Crusters. Sometimes they're a pain in the neck because you got to take them off and you got to grease things. You've got to do different things, but they are very important.
I didn't even know those existed until I got to college.
What?
Those safety shields on PTOs and all that.
You never had them on your farm?
No. I went to college. I'm like, what the heck's this?
Yeah.
It's a great invention, by the way.
Yeah. PTO shafts are the worst. Oh my gosh. They scare me. Things happen pretty fast. What else we got on here?
Stay lit up and visible.
Yeah.
Now, lit up does not mean alcohol, guys. I want to get that out there right now.
That's
I know where you were going. I saw the light.
That's your flashlight on your phone, or it could be your your headlight that we use a lot. Makes life much easier. That's for sure.
But again, just make sure as you're walking on your farm, you're visible. Again, if anybody's coming down, maybe the service tech's coming in early in the morning, it's dark out, you're walking down there, make sure you can be seen.
Wait a minute. Service tech's probably not coming when it's dark.
Really?
No.
See, I come from a breeder background, for all of you that don't know. I was a breeder farm. My service tech could show up at 4 a.m. sometimes. So, because with breeders, if you don't get them fed right, the eggs you guys get it messes everything up. So the most important part of the day is that feeding to make sure it gets out and everything's right. And so, yeah, service techs would be out there at 4 in the morning.
Years ago, we would do like one day we would do a nighttime service.
Oh, would you?
Kind of get an idea of what the air quality was happening at nighttime.
Okay.
It's actually.
It probably doesn't happen today, I don't think, but we probably wouldn't find people willing to do it.
That
would be a really good thing to do.
I think one time we did have service techs come because the people weren't shutting their feed off and putting their equipment up at the right time. And they did come around and do that at night one time. I was like, oh, that's interesting. But anyway. Oh.
All right. So one of the big things we deal with all the time is winches. How many of y'all have winches on your farm?
How many do we have? A lot.
How many of you have been injured at one point in your life by a winch on your farm?
Or by the drill kicking back, or
remember the old hand winches? Remember the curtains with the curtain drops?
Mm-hmm.
So we have a lot of safety things on there. So with your drills and all that, before you really start cranking on that drill, give it a little pop to make sure it's loose so that when you crank on the drill, you don't go flying. What else is on there?
The worst thing is this. Well, we'll skip to the hair thing. I never really thought about the hair thing until I saw something on the internet. And this poor young lady had her whole patch of her hair got hooked into the drill. I was like, oh, never even thought about that. Yeah.
You're right.
You and I, we're good, man. We got this.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're down there messing with
Yeah. Yeah.
Your hair gets in there.
Hairs. Yeah. But I never even thought about that. I was like, oh my gosh, that's awful.
And growers have lost their fingers. There's a lady in particular that lost part of her
fingers.
She had gloves on, and I guess she grabbed a hold of the hook and whipped her finger.
I have a lot of 9-fingered friends in poultry industry. More in the layers, but
yeah. Well, there's a lot. And then the hook length is important too. I have 2 sons that are very tall, and they're much taller than I am. I'm on my tippy toes trying to, hook the hooks in there. And with the newer houses, a lot of them are pretty high. Yeah.
And it's not safe to do it on a ladder, folks. Yeah. And I have seen that where you get on a ladder to hook everything. You see, again, a nodding down there, knows where I'm going with this. That's actually a very dangerous thing to do because if anything comes up, now you're not only do you have the drill going, but you're up in the air and it can really injure you really quick.
There was a Coleman grower knocked unconscious by the drill. It was
Oh, and it's face.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
yeah, because usually they're like right here, but that's bad enough. But
And you
Yeah.
do a lot of praying that night, too. Please God. Don't let this, don't let it break.
yeah, I know. Yeah, every time you put feed lines up and water lines up, I know. You can have the best maintenance in the world, but there's
A lot
always.
of praying on movement.
Yeah, I know. Whew. Yeah, that's for sure.
and
I
don't
agree.
how many still use corded drills? How many? Anybody? Because everybody's pretty much gone cordless now. But remember the old days? So
Oh, they won't?
if you still got a cord, check your cords eventually, because they can get broken. Make sure that you don't trip on them and all the things.
Yeah. That's right.
Do not look at the one in my garage. I'm going to tell you that right now. And make sure it's actually rated. Make sure you get the extra. It costs more, but you need the really heavy, thick cords. What is that, 12 gauge or smaller or larger? Excuse me, because that's going to actually carry the power you're going to need for those drills into those heavy loads.
So the cordless won't put yours up. Agree.
But as we said, ladders.
Mm-hmm.
Use the right ladder for the job. And I laugh at this because my brother sent me one the other day. He's an electrician, and somebody was on a ladder in the bucket of a tractor that was lifted up, and he was trying to fix something. And it's like, he sent it to me. I don't know what happened to it, but again, that's just not safe, guys. We've got to be very careful on how we do this. But I'm going to tell you this. How many of us have always done something like this? I mean, how many of I got to say, I was on a farm the other day and had to get something out of the attic, and I was on a ladder in the back of a gator as I'm grabbing this camera off there thinking, this is what I tell everybody not to do.
Yeah.
So again, let's think. It may be harder to go get the extra long ladder. It may be heavy to carry. It may be a pain in the butt, but we need to make sure that we protect ourselves and do what's right.
Yeah. Does everybody have a ladder in each chicken house, or do you move them around? I was just thinking biosecurity. We talk about biosecurity with dedicated footwear, but really our ladders are another vector that we really we should have one.
We should also take ladders a step farther. What kind of ladder do you have? Aluminum or fiberglass?
That's true. Fiberglass.
Good. Yeah, because those aluminum, yeah. My favorite story on that was a gas station in the middle of Tennessee. I was driving through there. Kids had to go to the bathroom, and there's a guy going up to reach on a light on an aluminum ladder. I just did a talk about this. I said, hey, be careful. That's electric still on. He's got smarts off me. I know what I'm doing. About then you hear this pop. And he went flying. I mean, he flew into a thing full of chips. He was laying there. I just walked away. I turned to my daughters and said, that's why you don't be a dummy. So again, make sure you got the right ladder. All right. So fans, how many of you have ever worked on a fan before?
All of us.
Come on.
Motors.
What do you do before you start on work on a fan? What are the things you should do? Unplug it, turn the power off. I mean, I suggest both, but yeah, unplugging is the safest thing you can absolutely do. One other thing we always want to tell everybody to do is let somebody know you're doing it, because how many times have you been working on something and someone goes, oh, hey, that switch is supposed to be on, they can throw it on. So if you're going to do anything electrical in a house, tell somebody you're working on it. So you want to unplug the fan. What else do you need to worry about if the fan's unplugged? What happens if the pressure changes in the house? Yeah, if wind will turn that fan.
Turn that blade.
Exactly. Yeah. So you've got a spinning blade out there where you're trying to work. So again, you need to probably get a way to wedge that in there so things aren't going to turn and spin on you. You have to watch out for the shutters. How many of y'all been banged by shutters before when you thought you were doing something, the pressure kicks and all of a sudden, bam. It's the same with doors. Be very careful on doors.
Depends on where your shutters are. Most time you take the shutters off and move them, and then you fix it. But
just depends.
It could be the other way. All right. Anything else on fans?
How many of y'all cleaned your lights lately? Did you get sure they were nice and warm and electrocuted when you went in there with some water to spray on them? Take them out.
Back in.
That's actually the safest way to do it. But there are some great things we can do. I mean, remember, electric and water don't mix. And now we don't have as much problem with the LEDs because LEDs don't get hot. But remember the old incandescents? If you hit that with some water, they were pretty violent.
Do you take yours out and clean them? Then do you put the lube around them before you put them back in to help with the connectivity? No, I've used that in some of mine. You use that, Gary? Do you? Yeah.
seize up inside and then pull the whole
Right.
socket
Mhm.
out. And you have to change.
Does it also help
Yeah,
prevent
well-
with the corrosion?
Yeah.
for the
Yeah.
most part.
Yeah. Helps with that.
Good.
Yeah. We didn't used to do that, but I got tired of them locking up, and it's just a lot of work.
Has anybody ever had to remove a broken bulb?
Hey, what?
Potato.
A broken bulb. Yeah.
Make sure that the power's off when you do that. I mean, and make why? Next time you're gonna fix something, invite me up. I'm gonna bring my camera. We're gonna be on YouTube.
Yeah, we need some pictures. All right, tell us what you did.
Yes,
should.
turn off the power. I know, Dad lived in a different world,
I know.
and yes, I have seen people do it.
We have. Yeah, you're right. We have seen people do it.
Get used to it.
Well, when you know what you're doing.
You're not helping here. You know that, right? All right. Anything else on lights we need to worry about, guys? Washing down a house. Make sure everything's turned off. You don't want your power on when you're spraying down a house if you're doing a rinse down.
Leave it. We try to turn ours off a couple days. Well, if you can, a couple days, maybe 24 hours before you turn it back on.
Let it
Because we
dry out a
really
bit.
do need to keep ventilation going. That's the hardest part.
Yeah. Need to let everything dry out. All right. What else do we have? Before you start.
Oh,
Yeah. How many? No, it says avoid flip flops. Has anybody ever worn flip flops or sandals on their farm?
I have. I shouldn't.
I have seen it many times. Personally, I've done it one time when I had my flock. I just didn't like the shavings getting in my toes, so I never did it again.
It's not safe. It's not what you should be doing.
Yeah, Crocs.
No.
Yeah, they might be
No.
nice to slip on and off like some people, but it's just not the way to go.
They're really not safe.
Best thing you can have, a pair of nice boots.
Mhm.
And yes, they're going to cost you, but you can actually get boots that not only are they got protective toes, shanks, but you get electrical ratings as well. So in case you do get allowed electricity, you do have some protection.
It's true. Leather gloves are the other thing, especially when you're working on things. Leather gloves do a good
Leather
job.
gloves for electricity are what we recommend. However, if you're picking up dead, they're not the thing you want to do because any bacteria and all that, they get stuck in the glove and you can spread it from house to house.
That's the throwaway gloves.
Yeah, lighting. We said that before.
Mhm.
How much light is there in that house down there when you're trying to work on something?
Oh, I got.
All you got. That's why you got your headlamp, right?
Or headlamp, or
Yeah.
the best thing now we have all these things here.
I know.
They go everywhere with us. So
Yeah, but it's hard. You don't take yours in chicken house.
that's actually a
Good for
really
you.
good move.
And messed up too many of them.
Just
Fall
from
out of your pocket and you can't find them in the chicken. By the time you find it, it's a mess.
it's
It's like that
impeccable.
It's like that 7/16" wrench you need that fell out of your pocket. It's gone.
I know. So you leave yours out when you.
I leave it in the house.
Mhm.
That's actually
And
very.
every periodically I'll
Yeah, go to check.
I'll go and check it.
But from biosecurity point of view, that's actually really good because one of the things we do is we carry these things with us every store we go to, everywhere at class we attend, and every time we go in a chicken house. And how many times have you all washed your phones lately? Anybody washed it in the last week?
No.
I did, but it's because I went to a meeting. Didn't want to bring anything back from Atlanta.
You submerge it or just use that cloth?
Clorox wipes. Just wipe the heck out of it with a Clorox wipe, and it'll be wet. Let it just dry naturally because that's the contact time you want to do. And you want to pop the case off as well. So it can get on the inside and everything. And again, just use that Clorox wipe. It'll be all wet. Just let it dry. When it's dry, it'll be smudgy because it leaves lines. Just take a tissue when you're done and wipe it off. But let it dry. That's the important part to do is just let it dry because it's contact time to kill bacteria.
Is your alarm clock? Is your alarm off? Did you know if it went off?
Do you have sirens?
Yes.
Yeah. So if his alarm, that's what I was thinking too about that. I'm sure he has the sirens.
Oh, the siren noise.
Phones don't always work.
That's true. I know. You're right. Yeah.
Yeah, metal buildings.
Yeah, we didn't have sirens for a long time, but we do now. Just because it's kind of just another backup. Yeah, it's just another layer up.
Who was it?
Yeah,
We had some, but one of the ladies that came to our meeting one day talked about that. We talked about checking your backups, and she brought up the fact that she had forgot to check her backups, and she knew something was wrong because of the old alarm. So alarms
Yeah.
still, I mean, those old alarms, they still work. How many of you have a good electrical meter?
Yeah.
Why are you pointing at him? No, I laugh when I left home, bought my chicken farm. My dad handed me one of those. I still have that thing. It's probably the best tool my dad ever gave me. I've used that more than anything else. So always, even though you've unplugged, even though you've
check it. That's right.
turned off breakers, always double check, because a lot of times we see, especially on breakers, it's labeled for one thing and it's not. And we see a lot of that in chicken houses because it's getting better, but it's still not 100%.
They're not that expensive.
Yeah.
Maybe 20. Are they about 20 bucks?
Well, you can get the little one there, like the pin. Those are cheap.
Yeah, they're probably 20.
And but
yeah,
he's got his pocket right there.
Have you got yours? Look. Oh, he is on the ball. There you go.
I had to find out when I'm right.
That's a good way to put it. Makes you feel better, right? I am right. That is a good. Mm-hmm. See, he's ready for our class.
I know. And another thing, how many times do you check? Once, twice.
Yeah, it never hurts.
Just check double times.
Yeah, that's true. Okay.
Make sure you have insulated tools. How many of you have insulated tools on your farm for electric? How many of you have bare metal still? Yeah.
We all do. We all have them.
Some of those wire cutters and stuff that are still bare metal.
Adjustable wrenches.
Yeah, they're
adjustable wrenches. That's a little bit. But how many of us still have wire cutters though, and pliers? Those I would recommend getting rid of because you're going to grab the first tool you come to, and if it's the wrong tool, you're still going to use it. And that's something I've been culling out of my toolboxes as I go along now. And I find something that's not insulated, I kind of get rid of it.
I hope you're recycling it.
Of course.
Okay, just check.
I give it to the neighbor.
Okay. Hey, that's recycling.
Don't like him.
So accidents do happen, as careful as we all can be, and, things happen in a split second.
Yeah, lockout, tag out. Has anybody got lockout, tag outs for if you're working electric? You ever seen these?
You can put them on your breaker box. Yeah.
Yeah. They're actually cheap. But again, the other thing that goes with this is if you're going to go work on electric, tell somebody where you are and what you're doing. Don't let, because again, we've seen where Shane's down there working and Darren comes by and says, oh, this breaker's supposed to be on, and flips it. And all of a sudden now we've got an issue. So again, we want to make sure that we make people aware of where we are. Lockout, tag outs, it's where you lock the box up. You turn the breaker, then you lock the breaker box so no one can trip it while you're down there. You can pick them up at Lowe's, Home Depot. They're available anywhere. They're a few bucks. But again, a life's worth a lot more.
Maybe we should get some of those to give away. Might be something good to.
I was actually thinking of some of those too.
What? Oh, what? The little
yeah.
pens Leroy has. Yeah, that would be a good idea. I'll write that down.
And use the correct equipment, folks. Oh, the yes has been changed. You want it? The electric company will put balls on lines for you. These, if you call and contact them. Pair of tennis shoes. I know that's the redneck way to do it. We are in the South, and that is probably a politically correct, but that is not the right way to do it. Yeah, the other one to go along with that is these. How many of y'all have these guy wires on your farm? Are they marked? That one's just yellow. I actually prefer the ones that are banded. I think they stick out better than the solid colors.
I think most of them are just yellow.
I've seen both.
Have you?
Yeah. The reason you don't want that is because you don't want something like this. And we all look at that and laugh, but there can be a lot more problems than just that. Because it hit those guy wires, that post has now been yanked. If that post was actually connected to your house or your chicken house, it can pull those wires, which then can cause them to arc, which then cause fires. And there have been several cases of that. So again,
I never thought about that before, but we were at a training. It was the University of Delaware. I can't think of the gentleman's name, but he talked about child was cutting grass and got hung up in the guy wires, but got out, didn't tell his parents, and that night their house burnt down. Yeah, it's just like it, but you don't think about that, right? He just thought, oh, I got caught in this. I'm going to get out. I'm not going to tell mom and dad. But yeah, it's like, whew, things you don't think about.
Not going to tell mom and dad's a motto.
Yeah, I know.
All right. Electrical fences. Does anybody have electrical fences around here? Oh, man. The nemesis of my childhood.
Now they could be all solar. Nice.
I know. How many of you have been shocked by an electrical fence?
Oh, all of us have probably. Have you ever been shocked by an electric fence?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a yeah. At least once, right?
And if your dad gets shocked, watch him. Then you don't need to. Trust me.
Yeah.
It's usually the parents
Grandpa always said that. I've turned the power off. You can come on over. Oh man.
Yeah.
Don't trust Grandpa.
Make sure when you're testing the fence that the little probe is actually in the ground. Because apparently not everybody knows that. Fence tester. My brother. It shocked me. I said, "Oh yeah, you should put the probe in the ground."
The ground. The ground.
You didn't tell me that.
Yeah.
You work with electricity. I thought you did.
Yeah, yeah. You
So
gotta
the other
have a
thing to
ground.
know is if you're not sure a fence is electric and you're going to touch it, how do you touch it?
Yeah. That's right. Quickly. It
Use
still
the back.
hurts no
Use
matter
the
what.
back of your hand, because what happens if you grab it this way and that wire's hot, your muscles contract and you're stuck.
That's true.
And now, granted, electric fences pulse, so you'll get off. But again, anytime you're touching anything, use the back of your hand, because if it does, then your contraction will pull you away and it shuts your hand and keeps you safe.
Have a really good insulated screwdriver.
That's right. You can arc
That
it.
better not be a crack in that.
Yeah, that's right. You'll feel it. That is true. I've done that before.
All right. Make sure they're correct. Make sure they run along. And signage. One of the most important things is make sure you have them signage up. And if you have little kids around, they're even more of an issue, because kids will play and they can become a problem.
They'll only touch it once. Yeah, I know. It's a life lesson, right? They only have to touch that once.
How many times do you as a kid touch it?
Oh, a lot.
Exactly. Well, because you never know. You think it's off now because it was off last time you came through, and now it's not.
I dare you to touch it.
Oh, that's true.
Forgot about that.
Yeah. If you get outsmarted, especially with that netting there, where they have the fiberglass poles in there, and you think, "Oh, I'm just going to touch the pole, and I'll be fine," and then you go to move it, and then
Yeah,
All right.
true.
So personal protective equipment is something else we want to talk a little bit about. You know, every day you guys are working in chicken
We have
houses.
it every day. Yeah.
What are you exposed to in a chicken house?
Environment.
Yeah. Dust. There's a lot of dust in
dust.
there. And that dust can cause respiratory issues over long periods of time. We used to have a lot more problems with ammonia, but that's going away as we've gotten a lot better, where ammonia levels are down to where they're not such the issue that they used to be. Other things you're exposed to every day, you know, you've got your physical labor, but you also have electrical work, which we've covered a little bit of, but you also pesticides and herbicides and rodenticides and insecticides, which you need a license for.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you're not applying them out there, a lot of the companies have programs where someone will come apply these for you. You're still going to be exposed to them, and you need to take care of yourself and make sure that you're protected.
And you may need, Megan, correct me if I'm wrong, but may need a license to put out rodenticides.
We do now.
Soon, but not not yet. Maybe 2025.
I thought it was this year.
I don't know. We'll check.
But it's any rodenticide that's not pre-packed, like packaged.
Right.
You just put it out.
Yeah. So if we're
Like
putting any,
feed stations that are already prepackaged.
but we're not going to be doing that on our farms, right? Yeah. So
Anything bulk.
so if you don't have a private applicator license, you might need to get one, and we can take care of that for you if you need to. We have all the training and all for that. Yeah.
So what we said earlier, you're going to be exposed to a lot of dust. Make sure you wear a dust mask when you're working around your chicken house, especially if you're in there doing something like pulverizing your litter, windrowing, those times, loadouts. They're very, very dusty environments, and you want to make sure you protect yourself.
Jennifer and John wrote a fact sheet on this. We found it, Jennifer. I'm like, we wrote a fact sheet on this. I got to go find it. Yeah. So we.
By the way, your new fact sheet is the exact same number as that one. They're both.
That's because because I'm the only one
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. It was so
Yeah.
funny because I looked at it, I go, wait, we already did that one.
Yeah, when we were putting this together, I'm like, we have a fact sheet on masks. I said, let me pull it up and look at it. But so we've been wearing in our chicken house N95s for years, and I didn't even know there was really different until COVID. But just kind of know the difference in what the masks
And even if it's just a dusty environment, even just some of those cloth masks that we all made during COVID, our wives made us a pile of, those are very helpful there as well, and they will really help out. Yeah, kids on the farm, guys.
Mm-hmm.
That's just a dangerous thing. We got that picture of there, the kids pulling on those levers.
Yeah.
They're going to do that. That's just kids. So make sure if you have a piece of equipment that it's, you take the tension off,
Motors down.
Yeah, don't leave a bucket up.
3-point hitches down.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing. Make sure the 3 points down as well.
Or whatever.
Anything you
dogs
can, and then because you know they're going to play with them. They're kids. It's just going to happen. Tractor safety, there's a lot of rules. We'll go over some of those next. But some of the big thing is know what's going on. I like that little sketch there. You know, out here we think we'll never see that. Well, how many people have ever worked at a silage pit before?
Mm-hmm.
You see a lot of that. You're running up and down trying to get that silage pit packed in there, and that you can see a lot of issues there. We don't really have many dairies, but again, just be cautious.
We do have swales, right? And some of our swales could be dangerous. Could be. I'm just saying. Fell in a ditch. You never know. Huh? I know. Me either.
You know, I'm just going to say, after watching those guys in the Palouse, y'all got nothing to worry about.
Hey, you know, if it's more than 2% grade, we get excited about it here.
I agree.
Because it's so flat. No, I cannot read that.
Yeah. This is the 10 Commandments of tractor safety.
Mm-hmm.
Georgie, you want to read number 1 for me?
Sure. Know your tractor, its implements, and how they work. Keep your tractor in good condition.
We all good with that? How many of us know how to work our tractor?
Are we doing maintenance on our tractors? Right? They're in a harsh environment. That's for sure. We're working in poultry houses. Pretty harsh.
All right. So what is the next line? Use ROPSs, ROPS, and seatbelts whenever applicable. ROPSs, that is ROPS, is a rollover protective structures. Mm-hmm. And we see those removed a lot when we work in chicken houses in order to be able to get in and out. So again, that's kind of a cautious that we really need to worry about. Most tractor fatalities are caused by rollovers. If the tractor is equipped with rollover protection, always wear a seatbelt. So if you have that rollover protection on there, make sure you wear your seatbelt, because the last thing you want to do is have that on and you not and come loose and get trapped by it. Does that make sense? If you're not seatbelted in and you have that protection, if you come out of your seat, that protection is actually going to be your worst nightmare, because it's what's going to get you.
I don't know. I have to look
There's
that
some
one up.
different opinions on that.
Oh, wow, I know.
Yeah, I'm past that stage where I think I can jump off anymore. I'm just going with it now.
Yeah, true.
All right. Be familiar with your terrain and drive safely. Use caution on slopes, slow down for turns, and stay off the highway whenever possible. Kind of elementary.
Yeah. Never start the engine in an enclosed shed or garage.
Why is that?
I think we all know that. Carbon monoxide. We don't want that.
You got that? Never start your car, let it run in the garage. It's bad.
We talked about this earlier. Keep your PTO properly shielded. It rotates at
strength of 500 men.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah, like I said, I was older when I saw that. We had a kid down the road that got hooked up in one, and he ended up losing an arm and a leg and was in the hospital for many, many moons. Yeah. So again, we want to make sure we stay safe.
Talked about that, keeping hitches low.
When you're pulling, you don't want to be pulling up high. You want to keep it lower.
Yeah. Oh, never jump off a moving tractor. Didn't we just talk about that?
Or leave it with its engine running.
What's it say?
It says never use seatbelts on a tractor without ROPS. In this case, the operator has no chance of survival because the seatbelt will keep the operator in the seat as the tractor rolls over and crushes the operator.
Okay.
It is not certain whether you survive being thrown clear.
Right.
But at least you have a chance, is what it's saying.
Okay. So if your ROPS are off, don't wear your seatbelt. Your ROPS are on, wear your seatbelt. Okay. Good job, Megan. Thank you.
Never refuel the engine while the running are hot.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
How many of us violate that?
Not me.
All right.
I turn mine off.
Do not add water to radiator while the engine's hot.
Yeah, that would not work. Keep all children off or away from tractors and implements at all time. As we know, tractors are not a play toy for children, but even though they love to be on tractors, so just be conscious of that.
And the next one is take your time, do it right. And this always makes me think of something that happened up, where was that? Up your way, Talbot County.
Where?
We had a farmer.
We did. Yeah.
It was needed to disconnect a trailer, was in a hurry, didn't have anybody around, just jumped off to do it. Well, the trailer shifted while he was pulled the pin, rolled forward, trapped his head against the tire. and they stood out there for a couple hours till somebody found him.
He was okay. I mean, he's okay
mean,
today,
yeah,
but
Had a headache.
he could not have been. Yeah.
But stuck. You can't move. You're
Yeah.
stuck there. He was lucky that the tires hit tires so that it wasn't.
Yeah.
But, and the phone's up in the cab.
Mm-hmm.
You're stuck there until someone comes along. And again, that's another reason to let people know where you are and what you're doing so that if you don't show up or they don't see you moving, they can come check on you.
There was an accident. Major farm accident. Had to wait because the phone was on the tractor.
So
I know.
again, let people know where you're at
Mhm.
and what's going on. Because if I don't, if I know you're out brush hogging and I don't see you come by for a while, I know to go check. ATVs.
Ah.
How many of us have been in an ATV wreck? Oh, come on. Somebody else has to.
No. My nephew was.
Yeah. I actually had one day I was driving with my daughter, teaching her to drive one. And we were in a rural area, and I heard a four-wheeler coming, so we pulled over and stopped. And this kid come around the corner going too fast, lost control, hit us head on. And I might have said a few things to him. And when I went down to check on him, he says, "Please don't kill me." I think that was nothing. Anyway, he ended up with a broken femur. And I mean, fortunately, my daughter and I didn't, I just broke my wrist up a bit was all. But other than that, it's important to train kids because they're going to go out there, they're going to hot rod, they're going to do these. They need to know the dangers that are associated with it. And you will be liable if somebody's using your equipment and hot rodding around. So make sure that you take the time to train and to keep things proper.
Is anybody using ATV? Are you using golf carts? What are you guys using on your farm? Both? Golf cart, ATV, anything else? Besides tractors and
And again,
use a golf cart.
Make sure everything's tied down. If you got stuff on the back, like a spray or anything, make sure it's on properly because you don't want to go around a corner and have everything shift and tip you or lose your load.
Yeah, I'd say ATV is probably more for spraying, more of the sprayers on the back with the. So again, chemicals, where are you keeping all your chemicals? Wherever you're keeping, I hope you've got a sign there to show that. If there is a fire on your farm, make sure that it's one of the things you want to tell the fire department when they arrive, where your pesticides are stored.
And we do encourage, and I know it's encouraged to have them in a separate building apart from everything else. Keep it locked. A lot of these poisons look like something they're not. And kids, again, will look at it and say, "Oh, that looks like Gatorade," or "That looks like something else." And we've all heard the story about making sure you keep it in the same bottle that it came in. How many of us have heard the story about someone poured it in a Coke bottle and someone else came by and took a swig? I mean, those stories are real. There's a reason they're out there.
And people die.
Yeah.
Paraquat is a big one. People put it in. I mean, and even if it just touches your lips and you know it and you get help right away, you're going to die. I mean, that's how dangerous it is.
So again, not something we want kids to be able to find access to. And this doesn't just include our sides, but think about our medicines too. We have a lot of medicines we put on farms, we use for our animals and our livestock. We want to make sure we keep those as well.
A lot of supplements.
Yeah. And it goes also for our fuel, our oil, used oil, equipment, and all that. We need to make sure those things are stored properly and not somewhere that they're going to get access to by somebody that doesn't know what's going on. And lastly, cleaning supplies is on there as well. I mean, what is it? Windex? It looks just like that Gatorade, that blue Gatorade.
Blue.
I mean, and
kids don't know the difference.
yeah, there's a 4-H does a really good program. Was it Poison?
Yeah, it's poison lookalikes, and we have this whole board of things that look. It's amazing when you really think about all the different things that really look like candy that aren't. Yeah, Tide Pod. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Why anybody want to eat those? I don't know. But
why anybody can't just pour the detergent in? I don't know.
I know.
All right, so here's the thing that we thought was kind of fun.
Yeah.
If you remember in the years past, we've always shown the graphic of where farmers show up. And the thing that's amazing me is I've watched this graphic for the last 10, 15 years.
Yeah, we used to be way
it's
up
going
there.
down. Mm-hmm. We used to be up there in that 3rd, 4th, up in that range, and now we're down to about number 10.
We were up there with the roofers.
Yeah. And I mean,
pretty high.
Granted, the loggers and the fishermen always took the cake, but as you see, it's moved down a long way, and that goes to a lot of training, and that's hats off to all the people that are out there working on it.
Awareness of what's going on.
How many of you know if you're going to dig a hole in your yard, how many of you know to call Miss Utility? that's been a huge
Yeah.
push. What is it? 811?
Right one.
Miss utility. Those are big, and that's made a big difference. And if you do it wrong, it can cause a big problem. I think the other day they just had one out west where a farmer was out. No, a farmer. It wasn't a farmer. It was a company was out digging a hole, and they hit the main line that supplied all of eastern Washington and northern Idaho with natural gas. And, for 2 days, you have the whole
And nothing.
thousands of square miles with no gas. So again, you want to make sure that you're not the person that does that. I remember one of my first jobs was in Colorado, and they put in some big lines going through Colorado, natural gas lines, and there was a farmer that hit one of those, and there was a crater bigger than this room, and we didn't find much more of that of the person.
Wow.
I mean, there was backhoe all over, but we didn't find much person. So again, you don't want to be the one that does that. And your family doesn't want you to be the one that does that either. That one was, I think, a 24-inch. Wow. Yeah, 600 pounds of pressure on it.
Ooh.
And they were putting another one in that was bigger. They were putting a 30 in when I was out there. So that's a lot of natural gas.
Mm-hmm.
So again, hats off, guys. You're doing better, and we appreciate it. Is there any questions or anything else you want to discuss as we're on this